decided that I would like to join some form of the armed forces. So I decided to join the W.A.A.F, and I was sent to R.A.F Wilmslow for my training, which was near Manchester, and I spent the first part of that year with basic training. At night time, when I was on duty, I had to go round with a torch, and in each Nissen hut was, above the doorway was a puller, and we had to pull it down and put all the lights out in the hut. And I used to say, "Good night, girls." And the old stoves, we had the very tall, I should think about 5 foot iron stoves, and we had buckets of coke, and each of us used to take it in turns to keep the fire going, because there were huge Nissen huts and that was the only warmth we had. And each day we had to not make our beds, but fold up all our bedding and put it in a pile at the bottom of the bed. There'd be blankets and lastly the pillows, and often they were inspected to make sure that everything was done as it should be done properly. There was a message in the headquarters saying they needed volunteers for other parts of the services, so I decided to re-muster and go in the W.A.F police, which was quite an experience. And after that period I was transferred to London, and most of the time travelled Piccadilly, St Pancras, Euston, Waterloo stations, also the underground stations, and I was a corporal, and enjoyed that experience. And the headquarters was Prince's Gate Court near the Royal Albert Hall in London. I think I was there for about 4 years. I can recall the times when I was so worried, because it was the time of the doodlebugs and the bombing raids, and we would hear a noise of an engine coming, and then suddenly the engine cut out and went silent, and that was when the doodlebugs were dropped, and some terrible devastation. Also, I recall that people, Londoners, used to bring down their bedding down onto the tube stations early afternoon, and that's where they slept side by side, so many of them. Children and mothers and fathers were there on the platforms, sleeping there for safety all night. And my duty mainly at that time was the railway stations. I was there for about 4 years altogether, and I got demobbed in beginning of 46.